What's up, guys? It's Captain Rich Production 72, and welcome to the 12th installment of collecting the complete saga in LEGO. If you're unfamiliar, this is my series where my aim is to collect all the playable characters from LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga in LEGO. This series features many real minifigures, like the Jawa from 2005, as well as many custom minifigures, for example, this Luke Skywalker Tatooine over here. So in this episode, we're going to be adding two minifigures. We are going to be doing two prequel minifigures that I'm very excited to get over. These are two custom minifigures, some pretty cool ones. One of these minifigures I thought I would not find. It's kind of weird. I've noticed that with this series. The ones I think I will not be able to find a custom job on, I seem to find. But the ones that I thought would be easy, for example, are difficult. So like I found people making Kaminoans, but the minifigure I really want to go here. And by the way, I should very soon have this top row filled out. I cannot find a Queen Padme, but I can find people making Ugnaughts, Kaminoans, and other crazy things I didn't think people would be making from this game. But I suppose people do have complete sets of this, so what do I know? But these two are pretty cool. One is a Fig Fab Labs one, but we're talking about that particular creator in the last episode. He does some brilliant stuff. Really quick on shipping as well. Of all the people that I've bought things from, he definitely has the quickest shipping, is something to point out. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. But there's a variety of different creators involved in this. I say involved, their products are. For example, Panaka and Padme are made by Bossman Customs. Fig Fab Labs made one of today's minifigures. He also made this really cool Boba Fett. And the main guy that we have featured in here in terms of minifigures, compared to the number of LEGO minifigures, it's the highest, is Brick Rebellion. He done Han Solo here. The Shock T, the Death Star Trooper is one of his. Both those Luke Skywalkers there. So, it's one of those things. He seems to be the one with featuring the most. But it's a mix. It depends. Like, I could add a new custom manufacturer tomorrow. So who knows? But all you guys ask that question, those are the people that are mainly used. Anyway, let's jump over to the table and show you this. Because one's a Fig Fab Labs minifigure, like I said. The other one, I have no idea who made it. Alright, so you rejoin me over at the table. So, these two minifigures are pretty cool. So, we're going to start with weirdly, the one that... sorry, I'm still coughing again. That'll be a common joke. That's what shows you these are all being filmed within the space of an hour. The constant coughing. It'd be concerning if these were filmed over months and that was happening. Anyway, so... the final figure we're going to show is the one I thought I would not be able to find. Again, like, stepping into this series, I thought there'd be some I'd never find. One of those figures I did find, and is here. This other one, the first one we're going to start with, I have no idea who made this. So this is the Disguise Clone. I'll probably better put them that way. This is the Disguise Clone. So, you fight a bunch of these guys in I think it's the level in Revenge of the Sith, Ruin of the Jedi. It's the one where you sneak into the Jedi Temple and stuff like that. This one here, I absolutely love this. So this minifigure here looks brilliant. It's got a custom Django head. It is, I think, mostly decal, the way the light's hitting it. I could be wrong. But I found this minifigure on Etsy, of all places. See, Temu, Etsy, AliExpress, like, I don't know about you guys in other countries, but in the UK, those are, like, really well known. And there's probably some other ones, but those are ones that I know you can find legally, like military planes, World War II stuff, anything you can think of. I know, I tried a couple of them, didn't find anything, and I went into Etsy, I thought, right, I'll type in Complete Saga. What did I find immediately? I found this minifigure, and I found a Count Dooku. Not that I need the Dooku, he's actually one of the figures on this from the beginning. But, looks really cool. Again, I'm not sure who made it. There was a guy from what I understand, he was reselling stuff he had bought elsewhere. So, who made this? I'm not too sure. But it's one of those ones I was really looking forward to getting, because I think that it's pretty cool. Fun fact, the game was in development around the same time Revenge of the Sith was. So, the concept arts that they used for that mission, originally there was a deleted scene where Yoda and the clone troopers would fight, but the clones would try to pass themselves off as Jedi very poorly to start with. So that's a pretty cool minifigure. Very happy to have that one in the collection. It's one of the minor ones, but it's still one of the cool ones. So let's get into the Fig Fab Labs minifigure. So if you've got a clone trooper, you have to have the droid attack on the Wookiees. So this is a really cool minifigure. This is one of my favourite ones I've been able to add so far. It looks absolutely amazing. Especially that headpiece. See, I've seen people recreate this many ways over the years, right? See, when I first got into collecting Lego Star Wars, there was no Ki-Adi-Mundi mold. That never appeared until 2011. But, I reckon that if Lego had attempted to do them kind of in the early 2000s, they'd just probably used bricks, like multiple bricks. But this looks so nice. It's a elongated headpiece. So I'm not sure if that is a custom-made part. I'm hoping someone here can tell me that. There's probably a way to find that out, but it's a really nice headpiece, right? I mean, look at this, right? It's really nicely done. Looks great. Very happy with this indeed. Like, Fig Fab Labs outdoes himself. By the way, check out his... We're not sponsored, but check out his website. I mean, look, he has done South Park, Family Guy. He's got, and this is a line that I'm very interested in picking up soon, is the Futurama stuff that he's done. Professor Farnsworth, Zoidberg, Leela, Fry, Bender. It's amazing. The guy does some brilliant stuff. Yeah, one lineup. I've not bought any because I'm only focusing on buying customs that work for the complete saga. But something really cool that he has got going is he's been taking the Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3 clones from 05, the 2005 molds, and printing them into different legions, which is pretty damn cool. He's done Pirates of the Caribbean, everything, so check him out. He doesn't appear too much in this series, but the ones that he has made, perfect. Let's get to the stand. Alright, so you join me over at the stand. I really love these parts of the episode. As much as I love showing you the figure, I gotta say, I think I love putting them on more. So let's start with that disguise clone. He goes up here. Just next to Mace Windu, of all people. I kind of find it funny, that the way the game lays it out, he's there first. And I'm aware I need to replace the legs on the Kashyyyk clone, or the 442nd clone. Just not got around to it yet. Possibly a thing for the next episode, who knows. But Ki-Adi-Mundi himself, there's only one place he needs to go. And granted, I do need to get my lightsaber. As I mentioned before in previous parts, if you've not seen them, there's many figures here, like Padme, Leia, Han Solo, Stormtrooper. There's a few figures here who require weapons, who don't have them, like Darth Vader needs a lightsaber too. So there's Shock T. But Ki-Adi-Mundi is one of those figures. He's going right there. Looks brilliant. I like completing that role of Jedi. I just realised we are 1, 2, and 3 minifigures away. Actually, I should probably point out, I've just made an oversight. See this row that goes beyond the Geonosian and the Stormtrooper? There's technically no figures to go there. That's just a design thing on the stand. I think we put like mini kits in red brick and a gold brick on those. Just an idea. But, I actually have one of the figures for this coming. So I think this will be the road that gets completed first. Imagine it takes another 6 months to find the Plo Koon that goes there. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. The next episode will be original trilogy focused. I'll see you there.